The following segment is paid for by SolUp.
Well, many people these days are using solar energy to power everything they do here in the Valley.
Yes, they are. And here to explain the benefits of solar and talk all about it and how you can reduce your carbon footprint is Steve Hamili. He's the COO of SolUp. Welcome to the show.
Oh, thank you so much.
It's so flattering that you actually watched the morning blend, but even more exciting now that you're on this couch. So thank you for coming to talk all about solar.
I appreciate being invited. I love your show.
Yay.
Awesome.
We know, and I know around my neighborhood, we have a lot of homes with solar, but there is some kind of an incentive being talked about right now. What is the current status with incentives in Nevada?
Current status is a 26% tax credit that was to have dropped to 23% at the end of this year. But with this new bill, if it's passed, it moves up to 30% and it's extended out for 10 years.
Ooh.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, before you sat down, I was actually asking you a little bit about this because I'm kind of new to this. You know, I just moved into my new place, and so I'm interested by solar energy. So can you kind of tell us, like, what is SolUp even all about?
Well, SolUp we're not just a solar company, we're really an engineering firm. We were founded in 2009 by a German engineer, Frank Rieger. And when he approached the market, he said he wants to be completely different than our competitors and approach it from a very engineering standpoint. And we carry that all the way through the aspect of the business. We are also, Meyer Burger was the who created the technology, what's called heterojunction technology, which is the most efficient solar panel in the world. We were not only the first to install in the United States, but it was installed right here in Las Vegas. So in-house engineering, we have over 100 employees now in the state of Nevada, in Reno, and now we've just expanded into the Boise market as well.
Awesome.
Oh, great. Congratulations on that.
Thank you so much.
I think when you're talking about engineering and technology, you're talking about the quality of the component. I mean, it is my understanding, and I've learned this through several of my neighbors who put in solar, is that not all solar panels are created equally.
Not all are created equally, and that's why it's a difficulty in the market that you have some competitors that have very low-cost products, and some people are very price-driven. But the difference in what we call output, right, the amount of and the degradation of the panel over time, you want in 25 years to be producing a similar amount of power that you're producing now. You want it to be without defects, and most importantly, you want to deal with a company that's able to service it if there's an issue. So there's a very vast difference between solar panels. Top tier, tier 1 panels are what we sell. Meyer Burger is our number one, and Panasonic is also in our lineup as well as and solar edge inverters.
That's great. Well, and I feel like, you know, there's so much competition. Vegas is growing so much these days. So what separates SolUp from its competitors?
That's one of the challenges in the marketplace. We do have a Senate bill called SB 303, written by Chris Brooks, and it was put into force in effect in October of last year. That creates kind of a declaration. It's a declaration that we all have to abide by. The challenge is in this market that there are many operators that don't hold a C2 license. So in order to sell solar in the state of Nevada, you have to hold a C2 license, be an employee of that C2 contractor, and have a contract that's compliant. And many of the competitors in the marketplace do not. And that's what makes it a challenge, is trying to compete within that environment and doing things right.
I think solar is just so interesting, and I'm excited by the idea that Nevada is, you know, embracing this technology. Obviously, we have the advantage of the sunlight here. Do we know currently, like, roughly how many homes, what percentage of homes in Nevada have converted to solar?
Yeah, the market penetration last year was roughly 14%, which means only 14% of existing properties have solar, and we have quite an expansion going on. And especially in Reno, the Reno market only had 9% roughly of homes that had solar. So this is really an expanding market. And the beauty of solar, you know, that's really important, is you have an offset of your power bill. And at the end, and finally, when this system is sold off, you're generating power, but most importantly, you're fixing your rate. You know exactly what you're paying every month, whether you paid a monthly payment to to your mortgage company, or you paid it cash. You know exactly what your fee is going to be each month, and we've seen what's happened in the marketplace over the last couple of years.
Yeah, well, speaking of that, I mean, of course, a lot of people think adding solar will add value to the home. So let me ask you that very question. Can it potentially add value to your home?
It actually does, and there's very few firms that have a solar appraisal. Each of our systems comes with a Pearl certified appraisal. It's required that that appraisal be added on to the value of your property when you obtain an appraisal for your sale. And that's something that didn't exist before. And that was, we get some pushback from realtors that said, how do I justify the value of the solar system? Now you actually have a mechanism to do so.
Real quick before we go, I just want to fit this in because we've gotten a quote for solar on our home. It was considerably different than our neighbor, who of course has a similar size home but is positioned differently in the yard. Like, what goes into a quote? Why will some people end up paying considerably more or less than others?
First will be the quality of product. So that's a big differentiator. If you're going with a top tier product with your panels and your inverter, you're likely going to pay slightly more. But the difference will be in configuration. If you have a flat roof and only 1 or 2 arrays versus your neighbor may be a 3-story home, most of his may point to the north, whereas you've got a beautiful southern exposure roof, then you're going to pay less money and produce more power.
Right.
So the idea behind engineering also, and the way that we approach this, is we try to maximize the output, not necessarily aesthetics or ease of you know, but it's just really trying to give you the best product we can.
It's that south-facing roof.
Yes.
South and
It's the key.
southwest, I believe. Hey, if you would like to learn more about SolUp, you can check out their website. You can also give them a call. All their info is right there on your screen.